Hey there! Today we're going to tackle something I think a lot of us feel, that nagging sense that we're just making do. We're going to explore how to break free from the compromises that are holding you back and, finally step into a life that feels truly yours. So let's start with a really honest question. Just take a look at this. Are you just making do with your life? And look, this isn't about some big dramatic unhappiness. It's usually much more subtle, right? It's that quiet feeling of just accepting things as they are, even when a little voice inside is whispering that something isn't quite right. And this is so important because settling is never a neutral choice. It has hidden costs. Think of it like a slow leak in a tire. It quietly drains your energy, your enthusiasm, and it puts a hard ceiling on your true potential. Just recognizing that drain is the first and honestly the most powerful step you can take.
So, what do we actually mean by making do? Well, it's pretty simple. It's when you accept a situation, a relationship, a job, or even a habit that's holding you back. Maybe it's a job that kind of dims your spark, or a friendship that leaves you feeling drained. At its core, it's just a state of misalignment with who you really are.
But here's the really good news. You are not stuck. This cycle can absolutely be broken. We're going to walk through a really clear four-step process to help you not only figure out what's holding you back, but to actively reclaim a life that feels genuinely your own.
So, first up, step one, we have to identify the blocks. You just can't change what you don't see clearly, right? This whole first step is all about getting radically honest with yourself.
So let's start right here. What parts of your life just feel a little off? It doesn't have to be a total disaster. Where do you just feel unhappy or maybe just unfulfilled? Think about your job, your daily routine, your relationships. Try to be specific. And building on that, where are you compromising in a way that just doesn't feel right? Are you sacrificing your time or your values or your bigger dreams just to keep things stable? This is that zone where we so often settle for less than we really deserve. Okay, now let's go a layer deeper. What's really underneath all of this? Is there a difficult conversation you're putting off? A change you know you need to make? What's the core fear you're actively resisting? Come on, let's be really honest here, because this is often the very thing that keeps us stuck.
Now for step two, we need to understand the why. It's not enough to just know what we're making do with. We have to figure out why. This is where you get the perspective you need to actually make a change. This illustrates that trade-off perfectly. On one side, you have the perceived gains of staying put, comfort, security, the ease of what's familiar. But then look at the other side. The true costs are so much heavier. We end up trading comfort for stagnation, security for real unhappiness, and familiarity for the immense weight of missed potential. To really get the why, we have to look back for a second. Why did you accept this situation in the first place? What was going on in your life at that time? Every choice has an origin story, and understanding yours is incredibly powerful. So, what's keeping you there now? Often, it's a mix of two things. First, what are you afraid is going to happen if you make a change? And second, what's the little false hope you're clinging to? The idea that things might just magically get better on their own. We have to challenge both of those things, the fear and that wishful thinking.
All right, we've analyzed the problem. Now comes the exciting part. Step 3, decide what you want. It's time to create your vision. We're shifting our focus away from everything that's wrong and toward what is authentically right for you. So to build that vision, let's just forget about all the compromises for a minute. Just ask yourself this: what genuinely brings you joy? A sense of peace or that deep feeling of fulfillment? Who are the people? What are the activities? Where are the places? Now let's look at what's already good in your life. What are you grateful for? What are you proud of? And what are you truly passionate about? These aren't just nice things to think about. They're your guideposts. They're the clues pointing you toward a more authentic future. This brings us to the most critical part. Step 4. Take action now. Because, let's face it, insight without action is just trivia. This is where the real, tangible change actually begins. Here's your action toolkit. And the key isn't to take one giant, terrifying leap. No, you start by making a clear plan. And then, this is crucial, you break it down into small, manageable steps so you don't get overwhelmed. As you go, lean on people you trust for support. And you have got to celebrate the small wins. That's what builds momentum. And finally, just be persistent. Setbacks are going to happen, but the key is to learn from them and keep on going. This really gets to the heart of it all, doesn't it? Change is a two-part process. It's not just about letting go of the stuff that's holding you back, it's about actively reaching out and embracing the things that empower you and pull you forward.
And remember, this whole journey isn't about chasing some impossible idea of perfection. The real goal is much simpler and honestly, way more profound. It's about living a life that feels more like you, a life that's authentic, meaningful, and fulfilling on your own terms. So let's end with a challenge to turn all this insight into immediate action. After everything we've just covered, what is the one single thing you will stop making do with, starting today?